Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to really the first video, which I thought I was gonna start off by talking about my favorite albums of last year, but I think I'm gonna do that later. But I wanted to start the first video by talking about more recent events that happened that really delayed the launch of this kind of channel, which is I want to talk about something more serious and put something more out there about me, which is to talk about taking things for granted, because I feel like oh, this is so silly to do. I feel like I've, throughout my recent life and all of that, is that I feel like I've taken so much about my life for granted. And I think what really opened my eyes to everything a lot more about that idea that I take things for granted is the big giant fire that was, as you guys love to laugh about, 2 blocks away. But it was a really it was a really eye-opening experience for me this year, because you really don't understand like how much you have and how lucky you are as a person until you are able to not able to, like, this is a fucking, why am I talking about this like this is like a privilege? You really don't really comprehend how lucky you are until you're at a moment where you might lose everything. And I just remember I was so lucky I got a second opportunity to come back to my apartment once the fires had gotten too out of control and go through and grab whatever was valuable to me and the last things that were valuable, and I kind of have to accept that this could have been the last time I stepped into everything that I owned, and that everything was going to be gone after this. And it was really just this eye-opening experience for a lot of things, which is, one, I got way too much shit. It's so much useless stuff that is just kind of taking up my space, which as somebody who practices actively making sure to throw away things, and like not try and not have a lot of stuff, because having stuff kind of stresses me out a little bit. Since the fires, that has only just gotten worse. I just feel stuff has gotta go. There's a shelf right here full of figures and shit that is just it's gotta go. Like, a lot of stuff has gotta go, because it really screams in that last moment, like, what is important to you? Wow, this is crazy. What an opening way to talk about something so deep. But then it also took me to, like, lets me take things for granted about, how lucky I am to have this space, how lucky I am to continue to have this space. Walking around my neighborhood now is genuinely just horrifying. It just, like, really, really sad to just walk around and see houses that are just burnt down, with houses just next to it because they were just lucky. And I can't help but look at those people and just think, like, how horrible they must feel to be next to a house that is, somebody that they maybe knew or maybe grew up with. That's gone, right? And it really just made me come to appreciate I'm just so lucky that I didn't have to get rid of everything, that I still am here, and that I'm still so lucky to have this space that I get to call my home. But the other part that I feel like I've been taking for granted, which is part of why I decided I wanted to do this channel and all of that, was that I feel like I've been taking for granted the opportunity that I have to be able to produce content and make things like this. The thing that I've always wanted to do, and my goal with YouTube and stuff like that, has always been to make as much money as I can in the upfront so that I can retire, have enough money to whatever the minimum amount of money I need to live off of, like, dividends and all of that, so I don't have to work again in my life. But the purpose of that has always been the simple motivational factor of, well, I want to make that money so that I can do this forever and make whatever I want and express myself in the ways that I want to do. But the reality of it is that, like, that's why people are watching. That's why people are here for me, is that that's what they want to see. And because of that, like, I've taken such a back-end approach to a lot of what content I've produced, back end. I don't even know if that's the right fucking word. I'm saying big words to try and sound way smarter than I am. I got shit in my fucking joke of a beard. But you know, it's like, I feel like I'm already so lucky to have this ability to make what I want. I already pretty much have what I want. I can freely express what I want and do that for money. And I've just been pushing besides my ambitions in order to fund the ambitions, but I'm already in that space where I can do that. And I simply just make this stuff that isn't really true to like me, you know, like I'm a silly little guy. I love making the goofs and the gaffes and making fun of shit, but like, I don't know, I've been really lazy. And last year I have only a little excuse for being lazy, which was just that I'm gonna be honest, guys, I was not having a good last year. I had a lot of changes in my life last year, and this year I have even more changes in my life that are things that I have to process and live with. But you know, I feel so I've come now to this terms of like, I feel grateful for what I have. And I've been given this opportunity that thousands of people, probably even you watching this, would really want to do, you know, to be able to sit in your room and play video games and make content without having to fucking go to a stupid boss and tell him he tells you you're a numbnut and then deducts your pay. And I feel like I've taken that ability, that very lucky opportunity I had, for granted, to just kind of be a lazy piece of shit and just not focus on what I have, which is also included again to just life in general. You know, luckily I've lost a lot of weight, but I was very overweight. I think last year I was able to go down like 20 pounds, 30 pounds. I was almost like 40 pounds and I gained it all back. But you know, it's like I've learned to now just like respect and learn that like I'm so lucky to be here. You know, I'm lucky to be here in my own apartment that I can call home, and that I get to live and breathe, and I don't do anything to really, what is the point of this? What am I doing? I'm just talking. I mean, that's why I made this, right? That's why I decided to make this change, is because I really needed an output for me to express like these things that I'm interested in, these things that I want to talk about. And it's just so hard. It's just so awkward because I'm going to be honest, I just hit the record button. I had like a quarter of an idea, came up with in the shower. And now we're here. Now I'm just fucking running my mouth. But hey, that's the fun of it, is I wanted this to be like an uncut thing. But yeah, I feel like I've not given you guys the content you deserve and the content that I want to make and produce. And I haven't been taking it seriously because I'm like, this is awesome, right? I'm just like reaping the rewards without putting in the respect that it deserves. Because I'm so grateful to have this, and I'm treating it as if it's something that I can't lose. And the reality of it is that if I really want to make these projects and passions that I want to do, that I just had to fucking do it, right? And I should be grateful that I even have the chance to do it, because some people don't. Which is why I don't know if some people have noticed so far this year is that I've streamed a lot more, and I've just been so much more proactive in taking these steps now to, you know, become who I really like aim to be. Because I feel like for so long, and part of I guess why I was so like, I guess, miserable last year, was just because I took things for granted, and when those things, I took things for granted, and because I took things for granted, when they lost, I didn't realize how much it would have hurt to lose those things. And so, I want to make it up for everybody. I know it doesn't feel like, maybe if you're watching, this is something that's true, but, I want to make it up to you. I want to make, really, to be fair, whatever I make is irrelevant to you. I want to make things because I think they're funny, and because I enjoy them. And I think that's the thing that I want to take the step forward to focusing on is that I want to do what I want to do and not what I think others want me to do. Because that's truly that we all win. And I just want to be able to live out my dream and be happy that even if it does fizzle out and I fuck this all up and I regret everything in my life, that I was able to at least give it my all. Because I feel like I always give things my all at the beginning and I just fizzle it out. And I don't have that proper discipline, I guess, which I guess I'm trying to fix this year. I don't have that proper discipline and respect for things to just continue to push myself. And I always just take this easy way out, and I'm tired of running away from myself and not letting myself express every little part of me that I have fun in, that I love, you know? But I just want to, I guess, end this video with a summary of just don't take things for granted. Don't take the stuff you own for granted. One day, a giant, once in a lifetime, 20,000 acre fire could come and you might lose everything. Don't take your friends for granted. You don't know how long you're going to have with them and the time that you can spend with them. Don't take the opportunities you have for granted. If you're going to be given something, what was it? Fucking, we can pull books here. Oh, look at this guy. He's a fucking nerd. What was it? Fucking, what was it? Epictetus says, he says, you know, when you're at the table with the table with the gods, you know, wait your turn for the food to come. And when it comes, make sure you take your opportunity, right? So don't take those things for, that might have been bullshit. I think that was in the Enchiridion. But don't take what you have for granted, right? Don't take the opportunities that are presented to you. If you're given this opportunity, give it your all. Be grateful that you had it to begin with, and when it's gone, and you know it's passed to the left, be grateful that you were able to just have that thing. Don't take your family for granted. They care about you a lot, at least the ones that care about you. And don't take your body for granted. Because you're going to have a miserable time when you're 60. Although, to be fair, I would feel so old and ancient if I was 60. I'm going to take life for granted at that point, too. I'm hoping to be on the beach sipping a drink at 60. Pray God. But, pray, hopefully I'll be 67 years old, locked in a cage or something like that, sipping Mai Tais or whatever off on the fucking Caribbean beach, But, just do something every day to show your appreciation for what you have. So either work towards your goals, work towards your body, work towards your career or whatever kinds of passions you have, because you never know whether or not you'll be able to get that opportunity if you don't work towards it. And when you do get it, you should be able and ready to fucking go for it and gun it, and shoot it to the moon. Because life is going to give you a bunch of opportunities, and that's all about how you capitalize on those things. And you shouldn't take those for granted. Anyways, 2025 should be an interesting year for content. I'm hoping it's the best year. I'm hoping that I made this video really to hold myself accountable so that I can go look back at this video and I can go, wow, this was stupid. This was really dumb. This guy, or not dumb, what am I saying? Look at this guy and go, oh wow, look, he said those things and he did those things. This is an accountability video. Because if I don't do it, I can look back at this video and I can go, oh, what the fuck is wrong with me? Why did I not listen to my past self? I was speaking facts. I fucking said books and shit. But that's your first little video. Next one, whenever I record it, I have to go stream. Speaking of fucking taking my opportunities and doing them, I've been trying to get better at doing that more consistently and more fun than I've ever been. But hopefully the next video that you see me here on the Altrive's Clips channel, which we totally know the real name for, we'll be talking about 2024, the music that came out last year, because I think there's a bunch of cool, fun, inventive sounding albums that I want to share. And it should be fun. And then I want to talk about games that I've played that are really fun. Like I finished Far Cry 4 this morning, and that was fun. That was a good game. Except that the ending was a little fucking. It just kind of ends. It's just kind of weird. It just is fucking whatever. Anyways, but I appreciate you guys tuning in for this stupid video. If this means or helps anybody, hey, that was the point of it. It's cathartic for me, and hopefully it is. I don't know. It calls out to somebody. I'm just gonna keep going. It's been 15 fucking minutes. All right, see ya. Bye.